Okay, well, welcome back to Ask Mom's podcast. We talk about all things motherly, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Please remember, though, that we are not medical professionals, but we can certainly share our experience and some research material and just generally remind you that
you're awesome.
Yes, you are. Today is very special as we are celebrating our Ask Mom's first year anniversary.
Woo!
Woo! Yay, us.
Yay.
Nothing? All right. We are also blessed to have with us our producer and the person that got us started on this journey, Matthew Reisler.
Woohoo! Yay! The rule in recording things is that you are not allowed to speak until you are introduced.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Unwritten rule.
Oh,
Okay, so
Okay,
now
then
we just
I'll-
learned something else.
okay. Then
Thank
I'll,
you.
Because
then-
if there are two women and then a guy randomly jumps in, it's like, wait, who's this? I thought this was Ask Moms, not Ask Moms and Dad,
Okay.
or Cool
Right.
Uncle in my
Cool.
case.
Yeah.
So
Back
that-
to you, Kim.
yeah. So that was Matthew Reisler of the Bracebridge Library. And all joking aside, Kim, we talk about this all the time. We would not be here if it wasn't for him.
Oh, absolutely. My
Oh,
gosh.
oh,
Yeah.
kidding
No,
aside.
we owe everything podcasty to you, Matt.
Well, technically, we owe it all to Andrew Carnegie, who funded the original library. And if he didn't do that, I wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be here.
And then
So
s-
technically,
And special thanks to his mom.
actually, I was going to say, this all goes back to Mom.
That's right. And to Andrew Carnegie, thank you. We do appreciate
So,
posthumously.
so thank you for joining us, Matthew.
Yes.
And a special thanks to you, of course, and the Bracebridge Library for all your support. So we thought it might be fun to go through just general conversation, but each of our episodes, or some of them, and share some of our favorite topics and moments, right?
Agreed.
Agreed. Don't worry out there, we'll be brief. We only have 24 minutes. So to start off, I would really like to thank my friend Kim
Back at
for
you.
taking this journey with me. I feel so blessed to have met you so long ago. Story for another time.
Yep.
And that we share so many of the same interests and values. So
Agreed.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. You took me out of my comfort zone and encouraged and empowered me to do this, which
Come a long way.
we no,
From
understatement.
0 to 35.
Yes.
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 Very much true.
Okay, so where should we start?
Well, I think it would be fun
Okay.
to start at the very beginning with an episode that no one has even heard yet because of how below standard it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was trying to think of a nice word.
Even for us.
Yes. So
says
this
a lot.
was literally the first episode you recorded. This was a week after I think we had met, and I gave you the tour of the recording studio and the library. And a week later, you came in
Yep.
and you recorded this. So
this.
yes. So the first thing in my notebook,
Yeah.
the first note is stay focused. You go off track sometimes. Hard to transition back. So what you did, I remember, and we have this saved somewhere,
Yeah.
was that you both, because you are best friends and know each other so well,
Yeah.
you would start talking about what you had for breakfast, and somehow you would end up on how you need to get your winter tires changed.
Squirrel.
I don't see anything
and
wrong with that.
And I would be sitting behind the glass at the library, watching the recording, and be thinking, how did we get from
I
that to that?
I know.
Was
so-
that when you were rolling your eyes? That's what you were thinking?
That's a constant.
Okay.
That's not
Well,
a
yeah,
first
that's
episode
true.
thing. That's
one
an
of
episode 1 through
That's just-
51 thing.
Yeah, fair.
I know, eh? 51 episodes.
I know. Yay, us.
And
So
then
there we go.
We're already taking you off track. Sorry.
Yeah, I was already
Back
thinking
to you,
of something else.
Matt.
Back to you, Matt.
do I need to write down these notes again?
Apparently.
And then the second one, which I think is pretty funny because now you took this into account and now you have a wonderful intro. I said, write an intro for you to say at the start of every episode.
Yes, you did.
Because I remember one thing that you talked to me about before and after was how you were nervous about talking to people or talking to listeners about various issues. You didn't want them to think that you were giving them perfect advice.
Right.
You were just providing what you knew as moms and what you wish you knew,
Back
what you
then.
wish you have now, what you knew then. Or that's way off.
That's easy to
Vice
say.
versa. No, you're
Yes.
right, but in the wrong
Clearly,
order.
I need some notes for myself.
I'm making notes right now on you
And now you have that lovely intro because,
because of you.
Yes.
well, because of your ability.
Your suggestion.
Yeah. But you nailed it, going forward. That's a great statement. Like, we wanted to share our experience because we're, can I say, in our 60s?
Yep.
And,
Me too.
yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah.
He's not.
And-
He's in.
Anyway, so, but that was our whole idea. That first day when we were chit-chatting and we said, hey, jokingly, we should have a podcast. And you, Matthew, said what you guys are doing right now is actually a podcast.
Yeah.
But then when you sit down and there's microphones in front of you, you're like, what?
I had
Yeah.
so much to say, and now I have nothing to say.
right out of your head.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say to one thing to anyone that wants to start a podcast, and the same intro that you give, I will now give. I am not an expert at podcasts by any means, but I would say the most important thing, or one of the most important things, is right off the bat, within the first 10 to 15 seconds, explaining to people what you are, who you are,
Right.
what your experience is, why you're doing this.
Right.
The way it was explained to me when I went to radio broadcasting school was imagine every show you do, every time you turn the microphone on, all new people are listening. Maybe you have 100 people and none of them have ever heard of you before, and no one has ever listened to your show before. How do you explain to them what you are, who you are, why you are doing this, what's coming up, who you're interviewing, whatever? And how do you do that in a quick way so that they're not losing a focus, they're not losing their attention, if you're talking about radio, so they don't change the channel. So having that intro where you explain, we're moms. We're just giving you advice that we think you need to know. We're not experts. We're just experienced.
Wish we knew that now.
Yeah.
And we have a lot
didn't
of fun
know.
doing
Yeah.
it. Even,
Yes.
So what Matthew doesn't know is the amount of time we spent at my house on the piano
Oh my gosh. Yes.
doing the intro music.
Falling off the piano, laughing
the two
so
of us
hard.
wrote
Yeah.
that, and then
Yeah.
that was funny.
It was funny. Did you
That was
guys
funny.
notice how
And the
much
outro.
snow's out there today?
So back to that first point, stay focused. You go off track sometimes, hard to transition back. But it's funny because one of the things you said before was a perfect transition, because on that first episode, we call it episode 0.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like you have run out of things to say, which, having now known you for a year, that is the most incorrect statement I can make about you two. Possibly, I could not think of something more incorrect to say about you two.
No,
Yeah.
I think what happens
Agreed.
sometimes with us is, especially if we're talking and it's not scripted,
Yeah.
is we start thinking about what we just said, right?
And
so
our
and
grocery
forgetting
list.
that people are listening.
Yeah.
So the two of us are kind of looking at each other, like contemplating what we just said, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
shoot,
right.
we gotta.
Well, one thing I had to
Think out loud.
relearn when I went to broadcasting school was I tend, and I still kind of do, I recap my thoughts. So instead of it making sense, like if you would see it on a TV show or a movie, it would make sense to
Yeah.
see a recap.
Yeah.
When you're speaking to someone, there is really no need to recap it. So what I would do is I would say it and then go back and say, oh, so I recap what I say,
Yeah.
and there's no sense to that. And I would just keep adding on and adding on and adding on, and I had to relearn
Not
not
to
to
do
do
that.
it. And I kind of did it just there without even thinking about it.
Right.
But that's kind of what you do when you are in front of a microphone, because you feel like you maybe have to have a certain length that you have to reach. You
Yeah.
have to go 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're at 2.5.
Yeah.
You need a 2.5 more minutes.
Yeah. So I'm going to summarize.
But the most important thing, especially with a podcast, or one of, is if you feel like you have talked about all you can talk about, that's it.
Stop.
Don't stretch it.
Yeah.
If you feel like you have taken this topic as far as you can go to the next segment, or end the show,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, or go back to the beginning and try to reword things so you can get it longer.
Right. And then edit it. Just don't blather on nonsensically.
Because I remember at the end of that episode 0,
Yes.
Kim, you finished it and said, there's the end. And then Kim, you decided to give us some fun facts about magnesium.
Oh, right.
Oh my
And
gosh, that
lava.
was hilarious.
Well, I was kind of confused by it all.
Yeah.
But,
But I
in
wasn't
hindsight,
finished,
it's
yeah.
funny. But
You told us, though.
you ended it
we
and
didn't
then
know.
decided, oh, let's keep going.
yeah. Well, I'm not done.
We're not done yet.
I'm not done.
Encore.
I have things to say.
It's like a good concert. You always wanted to come back for more.
That was what I was doing.
The crowd was cheering and clapping. We want more Ask Moms. Well, I'll give you
Exactly.
more. We'll talk about magnesium
Magnesium?
and lava and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so while we were chatting, I went on my phone, which is so rude, I know, but I went to Ask Moms overall, and we have 2,789 views. To
Well
date-
done.
To
That's
date.
yay
To date.
us.
I know.
So by the
Yay,
time
us.
you are
That's-
listening to this, it might be over 3,000.
But that's all 50 episodes, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Really?
Well, it's
Yeah.
more than 5.
Well, think about it this way. Have you ever been to a sporting event or a concert?
Yes.
And at these concerts or sporting events, there's thousands of people. That's a lot of people. And now imagine if you were in a venue, like let's say the Algonquin Theatre in Huntsville, you were on stage and you're looking out and you see 3,900, whatever that number was.
2,700.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a lot because you watch YouTube videos that have millions of views.
Yeah.
And in the case of someone like Michael Jackson or Taylor Swift, I think their videos have 1 billion views.
Whoa.
But
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
If you're standing on stage and you see even 100 people, that's a
Yes,
lot.
that's true.
That's something to be happy about.
So our goal to be on intermission on the NHL hockey night in Canada Saturday night is not out of line then, is what you're saying.
Well, let's be reasonable.
Because moms like hockey, too.
Coach's Corner with
especially-
Ask Moms.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
She would be awesome.
Well, unfortunately, Kim is a Jets fan.
Well,
and the
unfortunately,
Jets are
Matt's
terrible.
an Ottawa fan.
Well, not as terrible as the Winnipeg Jets, but that's okay.
Okay, don't tell Matt, but I like the Ottawa Senators too. But we're not going to get into details.
You know what, though? I went to a Senators game one time
As you should. The
In
best team in
Ottawa?
Ontario.
with my husband and son, and we had a great time. Sat right, I think it's 2 levels up right on the corner. We sat there. Anyway, okay.
So, Matt, what have you learned about producing Ask Moms podcast?
That it's very difficult sometimes to produce for people with conflicting personalities.
Okay, wait. Please explain.
To mine.
Ah,
Oh,
gotcha.
to yours.
Yes. So in my past life, I have taught people about radio and broadcasting that were in school for it or wanted to do it as a career.
Whoa.
You both want to do it, but not necessarily as a career.
Right.
No.
So
And
I'm
we know
talking to
nothing.
people that, to your point, knew quite a bit or they were learning it and they wanted to learn more and they kind of had the basics, but maybe they were not masters. So I learned how to be a better teacher and break it down in ways that someone that knows nothing can understand. Because as you both said, and I think it's fair to say, when you started this, you didn't know what a podcast, you knew what a podcast was, you knew how to spell it,
Yes.
but you did not know how to do it.
100%, yes. And you gently empowered and
Actually-
patiently taught us.
Yes. And you tease us a lot, but he's been really supportive.
100. Oh, yeah. So much. Yeah.
Yes, I try.
And your little black book where you keep all your notes about us has been
impressed,
so
yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
And I really did feel like, the teacher was reading our report cards, but we appreciated it.
If we are going back to the first episode, F minus. If we're going to the 51st episode, F plus.
Okay. We'll take it. We'll take it.
No,
Yay,
you know
us.
what? D
Yes.
minus.
D minus.
D-
Because you
minus.
brought the library staff a cake, so D minus today.
We buy our way in.
Because we're
Yes.
moms.
All right.
Yes.
That's cool.
Well,
We'll take it.
a dad would buy a cake, but what a mom would do is make sure you have plates, forks and knives, and napkins,
Yeah.
which is what you did. A mom
That's
thing
a
to
mom.
do.
Next level.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mom.
We, well, we
Or
both,
just
we both
different-
think the same
different
way.
level.
So I have a question about going forward. Do you have any suggestions for us? Either content, I don't know.
Where do you see us taking Ask Moms?
I think
Like
that
we want to get the word out there, but we want the purpose that you mentioned right at the beginning, to share our experience, let people know we're not professionals, but to share our experience because it's true. Like there's a lot of things, it sounds so corny, and I can remember probably my mom saying it, but we have lived through stuff that some people have not yet.
We've got the experience.
And we've got experience. So if you can avoid some of these things, why wouldn't you want to do that? Or at least know about them.
We want to
right?
help
Put your
people
own
not
spin on things.
screw up like we did.
Yeah.
Or at least do it better than we did. We just want to make life easier.
Every subsequent
can.
generation can make it easier for the next generation,
Yes.
not because of the bad things they lived through, but because they lived through things.
Right.
And
Experience.
you share that.
That's
Some-
right.
some
That's the
bad.
role of a parent.
That's
Some are
right.
challenging,
That's right.
some are fun, some are,
Yeah.
eye-opening, whatever.
Educational.
But I think that's exactly what you need to do to be successful.
And
Be
that-
yourselves.
Yeah.
Personality shines through in every episode in a good way, right?
Thank
when
you.
you are on track. And back to that first note.
Right. Right.
I only tease.
Ah, my
But-
groceries. I think the laundry's still in the wash.
Yes. Well, that's too bad. That's the most important thing is just being yourselves and being authentic because I use the sports analogy because it is the best analogy for this. If you go on sports talk radio and you pretend that you know sports fans will see right through that
100%.
BS immediately.
Instant.
Because
Exactly.
I am a sports fan. I know when someone knows sports.
Yeah.
I know when someone is trying to be impressive or show off.
Yeah.
Right.
You sound like a fool
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you were trying to do that.
Yeah.
And same here.
Yeah.
If you did not have the experience or the personality to do this and you were trying to put on a voice or you Googled a topic and you were reading directly off a sheet
Yeah.
about what some other mom did as opposed to what you did, it's obvious. So you don't do that. You are your authentic selves, and that's why you have so many views, and that's why you're on Hunter's Bay, and that's why you, in 1 year, have grown pretty quickly.
It's really humbling because I, honest to goodness, thought we would have 5 listeners, and I would have been happy with that. So thank you for those kind words. I think those were kind words, right? Positive kind
Well,
words.
I should mention that today, I think,
Oh, dear.
it's opposite day, I think. Yeah, it's opposite day, so
Fair
yeah,
enough.
sorry about that.
Yeah,
I
that's
should
all right.
have said that at the start of the episode.
God
But,
love
you know,
I'm really enjoying it.
me too.
And, you talked about if you sound like you're reading, and I think some of the times we've mentioned to people that we come up with a topic because we think it's important. We'll be talking just our general selves, and we'll talk about it, and we'll go, hey, we should do a podcast on that, right?
Yeah.
So some stuff we can share experience, but we do research things. And we do reference people that, like Jefferson Fisher.
Jefferson Fisher.
Yes. No, yeah, if you should actually Google him. And he just talks about how do you handle difficult conversations or how do you, and that came about a conversation that I had with a young person. And they're saying, how do I address something like this? So we researched it.
Yeah.
So we do reference and we do use resources sometimes, but we certainly tell people that we're doing that and how it affected us.
Well, there's a balance, right? I
Right.
mean, you say at the beginning you're not experts, so no
Right.
one is expecting expert opinions.
Right.
So
We certainly
here's
are
what
not.
I dealt with, and now here is what I wish I knew that I will now share with you, and you intertwine that with your experience.
Oh,
Right.
we've learned so much too.
Oh my gosh, especially me. No, you have a wide range of things like
Good at many, not a master of much.
Exactly. Jack
Something
of all
like that.
trades, master of none.
There it is.
Yeah, that's me.
no.
This is why I am a producer
Surface
and
swimmer.
not an on-air host.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh.
speak.
Not
you hear-
true. I used to
My
listen
past
to you
life?
in your past life all the time, and I remember you, and I never, but you were so good, and I paid attention to you. It was just the way you spoke. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm listening to this guy. So I would always tune in when you spoke. So, yes.
I remember your voice too. So celebrating our
Take it.
1 year anniversary. Is there, like I said before, is there anything that we should focus on? Be ourselves. Material, any ideas?
Our goals like to get on the NHL
How we can
intermission.
get ourselves out there? Who to reach out to. So I think we are going to start a Facebook page. So get ready for all the mistakes on that.
We'll get syndicated by all the radio stations
Sy-
across Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CBC.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's everywhere.
Totally.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Get
where
ready.
I see us going.
Get ready, people.
Yeah.
Peter
We're going
Mansbridge.
to be everywhere.
The female version of Peter
Yeah.
Mansbridge times 2. Kim Mansbridge.
That's right.
Kim's Mansbridge.
Kim's
That's right.
Mansbridge. Mansbridge squared.
He would probably want us actually to be on
Yeah,
his.
I'm sure he would.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure he would.
I have a relevant question, like a real question. You ready? So we're having trouble keeping it to an editable amount of time. So we're having trouble because we get right into the conversation. Next thing you know, it's an hour later. So is there a way that you manage time if we don't have a producer waving at us or something? Is there a way that you keep, like, do you section off the podcast? Or
Put a big timer, a big bell.
we need advice on that.
sectioning. Sectioning is a good way to start because when I know from seeing and being here for your podcast, you prepare a lot.
Yes, we do.
You don't necessarily need to prepare more. Just use what you have and make sure that it is sectioned off, and keep that timer in your head.
So this
That
section
makes sure
is so
you
much
know-
time, this section
Yeah.
so much time.
And keep the timer in your head so you know it's been about 5 minutes. So now it's time to move on and have signals so that you know that it's time to move on.
Okay,
Maybe
that's a
you
good
could
idea.
maybe you could do the Three Stooges thing where you go bonk them in the head or
Yes.
something.
I'll do that.
We'll have the sound effect ready too.
Yes. Okay. So what if we did actually have like a little bell or something, and that would just be part of our podcast? We go like, okay, ding, ding, ding. Oh, there's
Orders
the bell.
up.
Okay. That.
Who ordered the
Or-
pastrami on rye?
that's right.
Or we can get little pictures
Sauerkraut.
of Matthew's face and put it on a stick. When it's time, just show his face.
I
Or
don't like that idea.
have you frowning at us
Yeah, with his finger like that.
the way he always points
Not
at
that
us.
finger.
Not.
If I was not a guest and I was producing, I would be pointing
Yeah, I know.
and giving you hand signals and telling you
and
to
I'd
stop.
be waving back.
You'd just be waving back like you're Miss Daisy being driven downtown.
Actually,
Hello.
That's funny because the first time you did that and you went like, I didn't understand.
You
what
waved.
I waved.
I remember. I remember. It's like, what are you doing?
Poor Matt has heard everything, like pen tapping, chair shuffling, more ums and absolutely than any human should endure. You have been our motivator, our
Yes.
cheerleader, and endlessly patient and supportive, truly the MVP of putting up with us.
Yeah.
While we figured this out, well, really, you figured this out and just told us what to do.
Not really.
And still,
No.
That's-
Yeah.
and still figuring
Oh my
it out.
gosh.
That's you,
Yeah.
but
No, and we wouldn't have started
No.
this without you.
No.
So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
well, I thank you and give all the credit back to you.
Well, no, we give it back
Nope,
to you.
back to you.
No, back to you.
Okay, I'll
That's
take it.
yours. Yeah.
Okay, all the Kim.
Okay, Kim gets it.
Someone
So-
take it.
As a
And
manager, a previous manager, I noticed things like that. And when we came in, and he was so welcoming,
Patient.
but welcoming. No, it just makes people comfortable,
Exactly. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
and that to me is a skill that you can't necessarily learn. You,
You
have to have
can't
that built
fake
in.
it either.
No.
We can same thing like
and
podcasts.
I must preempt this by saying I am not a suck up or ever have been. I'm just being honest, and I've noticed that if I was to have somebody in a customer care type environment, you would be the person. If I had somebody that had to communicate or develop a fun environment or be creative, you would be that person. So thank you.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you.
And just like that, Ask Moms is officially 1 year old.
Yay.
So the year's been full of learning, laughing, messing up, fixing it, and then messing it up again, and then Matt helping us again, which honestly feels very on brand for moms everywhere, right?
Right.
Not just moms, families,
no.
anybody doing it, everybody.
Well, as I
We all
told my
mess
mom when I was a kid, I'm smarter than you. So, to your point, yeah, of course.
Okay, this one goes out to Matt's mom.
Yeah.
She
Let
put
her
up,
listen. Let
she
her
put up
listen.
with a lot.
Yeah, but she also got a lot because you're a
Yeah,
good kid.
You're a good guy.
I've learned how to sit in front of a microphone without panicking, and it took a lot longer than you might imagine. It took like easily 21 episodes without me shaking. Or
Couple
30?
episodes.
A couple, really? Okay. And Kim was instantly comfortable. You had this. So thank you to our guests, our listeners, and every mom who's been learning right alongside us. If this past year has taught us anything, it's that you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to show up, ask questions, and keep going. which is what you're doing. So carry on. So here's to year 2 of Ask Moms. More curiosity, more real talk, more laughs, and probably a few more accidental mic noises.
A few? That's an improvement.
I know. So thanks everybody for being part of our village.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You. Kims.
Yes, yes. Please connect with us at askmomstoday@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube, but also on Hunters Bay Radio, 88.7 on the dial, or at www.muskogaradio.com. As always, we hope we've helped you feel empowered, heard, and supported. And please remember, everyone, we know you're doing your best, and you are not alone. Until next time, take care of yourself and others when you can. You've got this.